Let's take a look at adding numbers in scientific notation. We're going to look at two methods on how to add numbers in scientific notation. And you get to choose which method works best for you. So the first method wants us to put both numbers in standard notation. And next we're going to add the two numbers together. Our final answer must always be in scientific notation. So let's pull that apart. So we're going to write the first factors. We're going to write them in standard notation based on our powers. So we are going to move over 3 places, leaving us with 4,200. The next factor, 8.7, we know it's a small number because the power is negative. It leaves us with that number that's less than 1. So now we have our two numbers written in standard notation. We are going to add. And when we add them, we have our number in standard notation. Remember, our final answer must be written in scientific notation. So we're going to move that decimal place over to get our number between 1 and 10. So when we move 3 places, it leaves us with our final answer, scientific notation. Hope that's making sense. All right, let's look at the second method. The second method wants us to move the decimal to the correct number of times to make the exponent the same. So now we're going to make the exponent the same. And how are we going to make the exponent the same? When you move the decimal to the left, the exponent gets bigger. When you move the decimal to the right, the exponent gets smaller. So let's first make that exponent the same. So how are we going to do that? We're going to start by looking at 8.7 times 10 to the negative 2 power. Why? Because we always want the exponent to get bigger. So we're going to look at the smallest exponent and we are going to try to figure out, how do I make negative 2 become the power of 3? So since we want the exponent to get bigger, we must move the decimal to the left. Move the decimal how many times? We're going to move it 5 times to the left to make the exponent of negative 2 become a 3. So after we do that, we are going to add the first factors of each quantity. Then we're going to write the power of 10 using the exponent that's in both quantities. Hope that's making sense right now. So after we add the two quantities together, it's going to leave us with our final answer in scientific notation. Hope that makes sense. And don't worry, we are going to practice. You'll see what this is going to look like in real time when we meet to have our class discussion. Okay, let's see you try this one. Pause the video and give it a shot. Remember, you can use any method that you feel comfortable using. I'm going to show you both. So pause the video and give it a shot. Okay, let's see what you got. So if you use, I'm going to first start with method 1. Method 1 wants us to put both numbers in standard notation. So we're going to start off with the first factor, move it 2 places over, leaving us with 125. Look at the second factor, move that 4 times over, leave us with 32,000. Now we're going to add the two factors together, putting it in standard notation. Now our goal is to get that number in proper scientific notation. So when we move our decimal place over, our final answer, 3.2125 times 10 to the 4th power. You notice now our powers are the same? Hope you got that. Now for those of you who tried the second method, we are going to not convert, but we are going to make our powers the same. We're going to start off, we're always going to start off with the smaller power because we always want to get our power bigger. So I'm going to move my decimal over to the left 2 times. Yes. Giving us our answer in standard notation, because this is the only way, if we move the decimal, to get our powers the same. So now all I have to do now is add the two factors together because our powers are now the same. So let's add. Now we need our answer in proper scientific notation. So our final answer, once again, we should all get the same answer no matter what method you try. Hope that's making sense. Remember, you can always pause the video, rewatch as many times as you like.